Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, October 6, 2020. Today I'm going to go over the baseball games from yesterday and look ahead to today's busy slate. The two NFL games that were played last night, NBA Finals, WNBA Finals, the latest with the Titans COVID situation, my second and last NHL mock draft of the year, and my best bet of the day. All right, we'll start with Major League Baseball. Two playoff games yesterday. One from Los Angeles, one from San Diego. The game in Los Angeles took place between the Athletics and the Astros came out on top by a score of 10-5 as they take a 1-0 series lead in the best-of-5 series. Getting the win for the Astros was Blake Taylor, and J.B. Wendelken got the loss. The A's got on the board first in the bottom of the second. 2-run shot by Chris Davis, 2-0 A's. Bottom of the third, 3-0 A's on a solo homer by Sean Murphy. Top of the fourth, home run by Alex Bregman makes it 3-1. Carlos Correa ties it up at 3 apiece with a 2-run shot. Bottom of the fourth, home run Matt Olson makes it 4-3. Bottom of the fifth, sac fly Mark Hanna, 5-3. Top of the sixth, RBI double George Springer makes it 5-4. 2-run single Jose Altuve makes it 6-5. RBI single Michael Brantley makes it 7-5. Top of the seventh, another home run for Carlos Correa, 8-5 Strohs. Top of the ninth, RBI single Carlos Correa, 9-5. And sac fly Yuli Gurriel, 10-5. Carlos Correa has been outstanding in the postseason, hitting .600. Lance McCullers Jr., 4 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 5 strikeouts. And then came in Blake Taylor for the inning at the win. And then Eloy Paredes went 2. Christian Javier for 1, and Ryan Pusley for 1. Chris Bassett, 4 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Then he has Mario Petit for an inning. 2/3 of an inning from J.B. Wendelken. Then 2/3 of an inning from Jake Dykman. 2/3 of an inning from Lou Trevino. An inning from Mike Minor. Jordan Weems couldn't even record an out, and then T.J. McFarland for an inning. Yankees over the Rays 9-3 to take a 1-0 series lead in the best-of-5 from San Diego. Garrett Cole the win, Blake Snell the loss. Top of the first, sac fly Aaron Hicks, 1-0 Yanks. Bottom of the first, home run Randy Arozarena, 1-1. Top of the third, home run Clint Frazier, 2-1 Yanks. Bottom of the fourth, 2-run shot Jai-Man Choi makes it 3-2 Rays. Top of the fifth, game-tying shot by Kyle Higashioka makes it 3-3. Go-ahead shot by Aaron Judge makes it 4-3. Top of the ninth, RBI single Aaron Hicks makes it 5-3. And putting the game away on a grand slam, Giancarlo Stanton, 9-3 Yanks. That's your ball game. Garrett Cole, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. Chad Green for an inning, Zach Britton for an inning, and then Luis Sessa for an inning. They didn't go to Chapman because the Yanks broke the game open. Blake Snell, 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Ryan Thompson went 2 innings. Oliver Drake went an inning. John Curtis went 2/3 of an inning, and he was brilliant throughout the regular season and had a bad game at the worst possible time. And then the young prospect, Shane McClanahan, came in the ninth inning for a third after Curtis gave up the grand slam to Stanton. All right, today's slate's pretty busy. 2 o'clock on Fox Sports 1, you have the Braves and the Marlins. You have Sandy Alcantara and Max Fried going for their respective teams. Braves won in a sweep against the Reds, and then the Marlins swept the Cubs. So now these two division rivals hook up in this round. And the fun thing about the ALDS is that all 4 series are division opponents. A's, Astros, Yankees, Rays, Marlins, Braves, and Padres, Dodgers. Because you got NL East, NL West, AL East, AL West. And all the central teams are out. So that's kind of ironic as well. So the Braves are minus 196. Marlins plus 168. Over under 8. Overs juiced at minus 118. Unders minus 104. Braves plus 1.5. Marlins plus 1.5 is minus 118. Braves run line is plus 100, so even money. I'm either going to go with the Braves run line or under 8. I like both very much. But to play it safe, I think the safer bet, to be honest with you, is the under. Both these teams have been under teams in the postseason thus far. Like, the only team that's been really going over is the Yankees, let's be honest, because they've been doing it by themselves. Although the Astros did it by themselves yesterday, too. I like the under here. Do I feel good about it? No. It looks like it's going to go up to 8.5, and I would even take that as well. And I'm going to say the Braves win this game like 5-3. 4:30 on TBS, you got the Astros and the Athletics. Sean Manaea and Framber Valdez. Houston's a slight -112 favorite. Oakland's -102. Total's 9. Over is -104. Under's -118. Astros run line +144 at -1.5. And then A's run line +1.5 is -172. I like the A's -102. That's the play here. I think that Sean Manaea is somebody that is a good pitcher. He didn't have a good year, but I think this is a good opportunity for him to remind everybody that he's a darn good pitcher in his own right. So I'm going to take the Athletics in game number 2 at -102. 8 o'clock, TBS, Yankees, Rays. Deivi Garcia making his playoff debut against Tyler Glass now. Rays are -114, Yanks +100. Yanks run line -200, +105. Or +1.5, -105 with the Rays, +168, over under 8, juice to the over -114, unders -105. I'd consider the Rays if it went lower. That looks like the safest play right now, -114. Although I like the over too. The Yankee offense has been mashing. I don't trust Deivi Garcia in the big spot yet. But I think that the Yanks trust this kid a lot. In the regular season, he pitched in a big spot against Toronto, and they were 500. And then he stepped up against the Jays. But this is bigger stakes. So I'm going to take the Rays here. They'll win the game. But the play here, I like the over 8 as my play for this game, although Rays run line +168 is very sexy as well. And then 9:30 Fox Sports 1, you have the Padres and the Dodgers. We don't know who's going for San Diego. Walker Buehler's going for the Dodgers. No lines are posted yet, but I'm probably going to take the over at whatever it is, and it's probably going to be like 8 or 8.5. I'd take the over. Dodgers will probably be -200, -175, something in that range. Pods would be like +160. But in this game, I probably would take the over as well. Now I'm going to go over the football games from yesterday. 2 games were played because Patriots-Chiefs was postponed to last night because of Cam Newton testing positive for COVID-19. And the Chiefs came out on top 26-10. Chiefs 4-0, Patriots 2-2. Patrick Mahomes 19-29, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brian Hoyer 15-24, 103 yards in the pick, and then he was benched for Jarrett Stidham, 5-13, 60 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Packers over the Falcons 30-16. Packers 4-0, Falcons 0-4. Aaron Rodgers 27-33, 327 yards and 4 touchdowns. Matt Ryan 28-39, 285 yards. Best bet did not come through due to 2 missed extra points. And Green Bay not getting a touchdown on 4th and goal from their half-yard line. And that would have been a couple points there. That would have been 9. But you never know. Maybe Atlanta gets 1 more touchdown at some point, but yeah, Green Bay obviously comes away with the win there, and then we'll obviously pick all the games on Friday's show for week number 5, as well as the Thursday night game between the Bucs and the Bears, which looks like a good game now, let's be honest. All right, now we'll do NBA Finals. Tonight, is game number 4 between the Lakers and the Heat. It's going to be a good one. Maybe Bam is back for this game, maybe not. It should be fun regardless. Hopefully he is, so it'd make things very interesting. So maybe Bam and Goran Dragic are back for this one. Maybe not. I'd make the line Lakers by 5, but that's if Dragic and Bam play. If Bam plays but not Dragic, Lakers by 5.5. If Dragic plays and not Bam, I'd make it Lakers 7. And if they're both out, I'd make it 7.5. The line on FanDuel right now is 7.5. And that's what I would make it if neither Bam or Dragic play. Over under 218.5. I hit the under on Sunday night by a half point. It was 219.5. I went down a whole point. This is a very hard call. But I'm going to wait and find out the statuses of those 2 Miami guys before I place a number or place a bet. I think that at gunpoint Miami covers that number. Although that's my number if both of those guys are injured. I would take the under if both guys are out. But if both guys play, I'll see and wait to see where the line goes. And then I'm going to probably bet the Heat no matter what. But I'll take the Heat plus 7.5 as the play for the podcast. Do I feel good about it? No, because the 2 guys might be injured still. But it's probably the right call in this spot. So give me the Heat to cover the number. I'm going to say the Lakers win the game, though. They go up 3-1 in the finals. Now we'll go to the WNBA finals. 2 games have been played already, Friday and I believe it was Sunday. The Storm over the Aces, 93-80 to take a 1-0 series lead. Brianna Stewart, 37 points, 15 boards. Angel McCoughtry had 20 to lead Las Vegas. And then the Storm over the Aces, 104-91 to go up 2-0. Brianna Stewart had 22. And Aja Wilson had 20. 7 o'clock ESPN tonight is game number 3 between the Aces and the Storm. I didn't realize that the Aces were such big underdogs in the series, which to me was crazy. I thought that the Storm should have been like minus 150, minus 140 or something like that, but they were like minus 375. Nobody believed in the Aces. And I take the Storm to win in 5. I think the Aces got it done tonight, actually. I think that Angel McCoughtry, Aja Wilson, and Danielle Robinson will all step up and put the Aces on the board in the series. And I don't like going against the Storm at all. I love Brianna Stewart, Sue Bird, Natasha Howard, Jewel Lloyd. That's a great big 4. But I'm going to say that the Aces get it done tonight to make the series a little bit more interesting. Now I'm going to discuss the Tennessee Titans COVID situation. 2 straight days now where the Titans have been all negative. That is great news for the NFL. And according to Diana Rossini, this means the team can go back to practice at the facility on Wednesday and the game against Buffalo and Nashville as schedules. And that is great news for everyone. And it's just exactly what the league needed. 20 positive tests for the Titans. I believe it's 10 players and 10 personnel, which is crazy. I heard that Nashville is pretty bad with COVID right now. They're like in a spike. So it makes sense to why it was just the Titans that had the big outbreak and Minnesota didn't and nobody else did. And then it was just good that everyone tested negative from the Pats and the Chiefs before the game yesterday. So they were able to pull that off. Now the question is, how did the Titans look on Sunday against Josh Allen and the improved Buffalo Bills? And as long as they keep on being negative, it looks like they're going to get the game in on Sunday against the Titans. Or maybe worst case scenario, maybe move it to Monday or Tuesday. Like what they did with Chiefs-Patriots last night. Now I want to discuss the Philadelphia 76ers hiring Doc Rivers. This is a hire that I think Philadelphia had to make because they need a coach that is win now, championship experience, a ton of big games. He has coached all different types of teams. He had a rebuilding team in Orlando, rebuilding team in Boston, and then Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen showed up. Then he had a contender. And then he had the aging Celtics, and then he left for the Clippers and had a great run there. And then he was just, unfortunately, the fall guy for them blowing the 3-1 series lead against the Nuggets. Now he's in Philly. And Mike D'Antoni, what does this mean for him? Now he could go to the Pelicans or the Pacers, the Thunder, the Clippers. So he has some options. I think the most likely landing spot now is New Orleans. Although New Orleans spoke to Tyronn Lue. I don't like Tyronn Lue personally. I just think he's a LeBron James product. And the Cavs even knew that because the Cavs fired him like right after LeBron left. Like the next season. So it's going to be interesting to see how the coaching carousel goes. D'Antoni's the biggest name left. Obviously, he parted ways with the Rockets. Ty Lue, I think, is a Rockets candidate, too. And then Mark Stein reported the other day that a new name has emerged in the Rockets head coaching search. John Lucas, who was the development coach for Mike D'Antoni with Houston, and he has good relationships with the star players. So that would be an interesting hire. So, yeah, Doc Rivers in Philly, and now I'm interested to see what is next. And in terms of Philly, do they run back the same roster, Simmons, Embiid, Tobias Harris, etc.? Doc Rivers commented how he's looking forward to working with Simmons and Embiid and everybody else. So Harris, that's a crazy subplot. He coached Tobias Harris with the Clippers. So that's a fun subplot. So this is the second time that Tobias is going to be coached by Doc Rivers. And then you got Matthias Thybulle. And then you got Shake Milton, Al Horford, who I think is a very likely candidate to get traded. And then they could have other moves. Maybe Philly trades Al Horford to OKC for Chris Paul, and then Chris Paul can reunite with Doc Rivers. That'd be a fun subplot as well. So I think Philly has some options here, and I think they made the right call with Doc Rivers over Mike D'Antoni. And the other difference is that Doc Rivers gets his guys to play hard on defense. Meanwhile, Mike D'Antoni obviously does not. Now we'll move on to the NHL mock draft, my last one of the year. And it was obviously the second one I did. Some changes throughout, not a lot. Number 1, New York Rangers, Alexis Lafreniere, left wing, Rimowski, Kim JHL. We all know about Lafreniere. Many people think he's going to be a franchise changer. Some people think he's going to play in the Rangers' top six as the second left wing behind Artemi Panarin. And now what does that mean for one Chris Kreider? So that's what the ramification is there. Los Angeles Kings, Quinton Byfield, center, Sudbury, OHL. This is a guy that I think you can build your team around. He's a very good player. He's going to be learning from a lot of the veterans there, Nante Kopitar and Drew Doughty, even in terms of a leadership capacity. And he has a chance to be dominant. 3 Ottawa Senators from the San Jose Sharks, Tim Stützle. There's a chance that Byfield falls to them at 3, but I don't think so. He's very dynamic. He could score. Number 4, the Detroit Red Wings, Cole Perfidi, center, Saginaw Spirit, OHL. There are many guys the Red Wings could go with. Perfidi was a beast offensively. Number 5, Ottawa Senators, Jake Sanderson, defenseman, USA Under-18 National Development Program. Sanderson really has emerged as a candidate to go in the top 5. Many people think that he's better than Jamie Drysdale. I think it's Drysdale then Sanderson, but 1 and 1A pretty much. Number 6, the Anaheim Ducks, Lucas Raymond, wing, Frölunda, SHL. So no change here. He's very explosive offensively. Could absolutely shoot it. Number 7, New Jersey Devils, Jamie Drysdale, defenseman, Erie, OHL. Drysdale, I think is the best defenseman in the draft, but you could argue it's Sanderson. He's very talented. He's a very good two-way guy. Could play in a team's top 4 pairing, I think, down the road. Number 8, the Buffalo Sabres, Marco Rossi, center, Ottawa, OHL. Rossi I had going 4th yesterday. I think he drops 120 points a year ago. And he's somebody that could be their number 2 guy behind Jack Eichel down the road. Or their number 1 guy if they decide to move on from Jack Eichel. Number 9, Minnesota Wild, Antoine Lundell, center, HIFK, Finland. There's rumors that they may take a goalie here, but I think they'll go with the center. They are looking for that center after Mikko Koivu's gone. He really is talented, and I think he's a good two-way guy as well. Number 10, Winnipeg Jets, Alexander Holt, right wing, Desjardins, Sweden. Holt is somebody that I think is super talented, could go higher than this. He's someone that could flat out shoot the puck in the net. 11, Nashville Predators, Seth Jarvis, center, Portland, WHL. I think that Jarvis is a good player. Very good two-way guy. I think there's a chance that Nashville goes with the goalie here, Sarkov. But I think they should go with the forward. Number 12, the Florida Panthers, Jack Quinn, right wing, Ottawa, OHL. Jack Quinn's very talented. I had him going 11 yesterday. Very good goal scorer. Number 13, Carolina Hurricanes, Arasov Asarkov, goalie, St. Petersburg, Russia. Asarkov is the best goalie in the draft. I think there's a chance he goes in the top 10. I think there's a chance somebody trades up to get him. .974 save percentage through his first 3 starts in the KHL. 14, Edmonton Oilers, Dawson Mercer, center, Chicoutimi, QMJHL. Mercer is someone that's very versatile. There's rumors that they could trade back. And this would be very Oilers of them to take another forward. 15, Toronto Maple Leafs from the Pittsburgh Penguins. Braden Schneider, defenseman, Brandon, WHL. I think Toronto has to go defense here. I think Schneider should be the guy. I think he's the third best defenseman in the draft. Very talented player. Good two-way guy. I think would fit very well with Toronto. Is there a chance they trade the pick? Yeah. Is there a chance they trade up for the goalie? Maybe. But you never know. 16, Montreal Canadiens. Hendrick Lapierre, center. Chitautimi, QMJHL. Lapierre is a very enticing player. He's somebody that I think could possibly drop to 20. I don't think he'll go further than that. He's very risky. He would have been a top 10 pick last year if it wasn't for injuries. Number 17, the Chicago Blackhawks. Rodion Amirov, left wing, UFA, KHL. This is a player that I think is trending up as we head closer to the draft. People think that he's a top 10 player in this draft. 5 points in 8 KHL games already this season. 18, the New Jersey Devils. Connor Zary, center. Kamloops, WHL. Zary, I think, is someone that can go top 15 potentially. He's someone that is a very productive player. Number 19, the Calgary Flames. Caden Gould, defenseman, Prince Albert, WHL. I had Gould going 12th to the Panthers yesterday, but I think he slips a little bit. He's a very physical defenseman. He's very good at transporting the puck. Number 20, New Jersey Devils from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Noel Gunler, right wing. Lulia, SHL. So the Devils go D-man, center, now wing. He's someone that could be a little inconsistent at times, but he has very good skill with the puck. 21, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Dylan Holloway, center, Wisconsin, Big Ten. They're thin on defense prospects, but Holloway, I think, is too good to pass up. Very versatile, good two-way guy. 22, the New York Rangers. Ridley Greig, center, Brandon, WHL. I think that Greig is a very talented player, very versatile, very hard-nosed. And I think there's a shot the Rangers trade this pick for immediate help, like a defenseman or a number 2 center. 23, the Philadelphia Flyers. Brendan Brisson, center, Chicago, U.S. Hockey League. Brisson, I think, is someone that is very talented, the son of agent Pat Brisson, good hockey IQ. Number 24, the Washington Capitals. Marvik Baruch, center, Schwanigan, QMJHL. Baruch is very good. I think Baruch's a very good playmaker, and I think he could go top 20. 25, the Colorado Avalanche. John Jason Paterka, wing. EHC Munchin, the DEL. JJP is someone that has a high motor. I think he's a good scorer and has some skill. 26, the St. Louis Blues. Lucas Riekel, left wing, Berlin, DEL. Riekel's a very talented player. Very good German guy. 27, the Anaheim Ducks from the Boston Bruins. Sam Colangelo, righty, Chicago Steel, the USHL. Colangelo is somebody that's super talented. I think there's a chance Colangelo falls out of the first round. He has good hands and has strong comparisons to Alex Tuck from the Golden Knights. 28, Ottawa Senators from the New York Islanders. Jake Neighbors, lefty, or left wing. Edmonton, WHL. I had Neighbors going to St. Louis yesterday. Now if I'm dropping 2 spots to Ottawa. Neighbors is somebody that I think is talented, good hockey IQ. Good two-way guy. 29, the Vegas Golden Knights. Tyson Forster, center, Barry. OHL. Another very talented player here in Forster. I think Forster is someone that could slip out of the first round. I think that he's very talented. And I think it also go higher than 29th as well. 30, Dallas Stars. Justin Barron, defenseman, Halifax Mooseheads, the QMJXL. Barron, I think, is someone that either could go mid-second round or somebody could get him here in the first. Good two-way defenseman. Number 31, San Jose Sharks from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Roni Hervonen, center, Assat, Finland. Hervonen, I had going to Dallas yesterday. I have him dropping 1 spot. In this one, he has very good high-level experience. I think that he has a good hockey IQ. Very good with the puck. And that's it, my last hockey mock draft of the season. And now my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. This is very hard, guys. You got 4 baseball games, and you got, obviously, the Stanley Cup final. Or, I'm sorry, the NBA finals. I have Stanley Cup in my head because I was just talking about hockey. I'm going to go to Major League Baseball for the best bet today, and I am going to go with the over 8 Yankees-Rays at -112. I think that this is like a 5-4 game, 6-3, something like that. Maybe one of the teams does it by themselves again. I'm going to go over 8, little bit of juice at -112 with Yankees, Rays. And that's it for today's show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping all the games in the NBA Finals and Major League Baseball, WNBA Finals. Recap the first round of the NHL Draft. We'll preview tomorrow night's episode of The Masked Singer, and then go over who got voted off of Dancing with the Stars as well. And I hope you guys have a great day, everyone.